just random announcement because I'm trying to get this word out there everywhere. I have officially released my first book. So if anyone's interested, look on Amazon.com for Forged Within Flame.
Yeah.
It is available in both e-reader format and in paperback.
Hey!
You've been gone for so long.
You
You don't respond to any of my calls.
After 4,000 years, he's free!
Oh, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, welcome back.
It feels good to be back.
But the last time we talked, I was unpublished.
And now you're a published author. You're going places, man. You're
Yeah.
going places. I'm so proud.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for the inevitable criticisms to start rolling in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Because Fatman knows the origins of it. I know some of the criticisms that are going to be levied against me. I'm ready for them. But I know what's coming.
I know what's coming, and then I get my shit out finally.
Adam
It should be-
Short.
It should be like,
But-
Adam short temper.
But Adam's not short. He's pretty tall.
No, that's all just Forrest's perspective. He's actually 4'6".
Yeah, that's true. He's a
For
man.
the record, I have read a summary of this by someone who actually attended the panel, so I have a vague idea what's going on in this. But I need to see for myself how
Yeah.
edgy this gets.
Yeah, I think Chad tweeted me some details about it. but-
Aside from the people who know details, what are you guys expecting? You can't wait for amazing quality? Depth, character?
Of Adam?
Yeah.
Of Adam, a character that got jobbed so hard last volume.
They're gonna completely rework his character. It's gonna be amazing. He's gonna be.
Character who, when on screen, has crawling in my skin blaring 24/7. There's at least one Linkin Park album on play constantly on his iPod.
Yes.
It's the reason it's never has any
I
charts
just,
to it.
of all the characters.
Are they going to explain the tactical ways he managed to evade the many airships that were following
Like-
him?
Yes,
You watch Naruto.
he did.
Right.
Like, I just, of all the characters to base a trailer around, you pick the one that literally nobody wants to see ever again.
The reasoning they gave in the actual panel.
We wanted one thing to be clear after this trailer, which is Adam's not gone yet. Unfortunately.
Fuck you!
I mean,
You kind of blew it with
No
that
one.
already.
Yeah. No one wants.
if there's one character they do need to just completely save and go more into and develop, it is probably
like
Adam.
they don't.
Is there any way to bring him back at
Because,
this point,
look,
though?
I mean, look, current Adam is a
Yes.
mess, and it needs some amendments, it needs some fixes. So if they're gonna put more emphasis on that, more power to them. I don't see how it could get much worse. Knock on wood.
Here's the thing: is that Volume 6 is leading into the conclusion of Season 2.
Oh, God, yeah.
I don't know. I don't even
I don't know
know
if that's true
accurate.
anymore, to be perfectly honest, but let's assume.
But let's just assume that volumes 4, 5, and 6 are a trilogy, or like
Yeah.
the same way that 1, 2, and
Yes.
3 were. If it's following that same structure, the low point of this volume, or the low point of this quote unquote season, is not on the side of the heroes. The
Yeah.
low point is for the villains who got trounced, defamed, and lost every ounce of their power.
And not to mention their dignity.
Yeah, like Return of the Jedi.
Except the other way around.
Including their audience effect.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a New Hope. We're gonna Star Wars this bitch.
They completely flipped the script on them.
So, okay, it's been 7,000 years since I've watched anything to do with Ruby. Refresh my memory on what happened last. The gang's back together. Scooby-Doo and the gang are all here.
Yeah, they got the relic. Raven
They got the
fucked
relic.
off. Cinder
Uh-huh.
fell down a hole.
Cinder's totally dead, guys. She's totally dead. She's never coming back.
God,
She
I
will
hope
never
so.
be in another episode, and I'm totally not eating ass right now. She's so dead. Did you see the way she fell? Obviously dead. No way she could come back from that. It's dead. It's dead.
Yeah, Yang and Blake, Yang and Blank, might as well be Blank, reconciled without any kind of actual conversation about, the abandonment issues that pervade all of everyone's...
There needs to be a
Totally
follow-up
dead. I just want to
conversation.
emphasize.
There needs.
Just want to emphasize how dead she is. So dead.
All right. Look, I think we are being a little... Okay, we're being fair towards Volume 5, but I think...
Okay.
Let's go into this with open minds. Maybe the edginess will work in its favor.
Oh, Lord.
Maybe. maybe, just maybe,
I'm going into it with an open mind because I think my mind purged the last season from my brain.
Yes.
As like a self-defense mechanism.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I will go in happily with an open mind.
All right, we ready to go, guys?
Do we sync?
No, shit. Okay.
Oh, we didn't sing shit. 1 minute, everybody.
Okay.
She's super dead, guys. Super dead.
Super.
Super dead, super dead. She's super dead.
Right, let's go.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, play.
We're back, bitches!
Yeah.
Now you see, with our obvious mask, they won't be able to tell we're Farnesses. I mean, something that's kind of neat is that they're not having to animate lip-syncing because of the masks.
What's with the custom mask? Kind of makes you look like a grim.
Oh, God. Oh. Maybe he just.
Did he just poke that lock off?
I believe so.
What the fuck?
Okay, the
Hey,
animation's
gunshots.
smoother, no.
Oh hey, we're
Oh,
back
they're
into
getting-
that same map.
Oh,
Hey,
Ilya.
Sienna gone.
Hello,
Yay.
Ilya. And
And
Adam.
Kira.
Oh, we're back in time, I guess.
Oh, Gira. Oh, Gira.
There's no need for violence.
Yeah, why are they opening fire on...
Douche.
Speed lines.
Why aren't they shooting him?
Oh, they're
Did
trying to.
What the fuck?
I mean, the fighting's all right.
Why'd you?
It's
Why-
okay.
Yes,
Fire your sword
it's been a
hilt
while
first.
since I've seen some fun choreography.
It looks like it's trying to be non-lethal right now.
Yeah.
Oof.
Also, they had the masks.
Oh
even
shit!
when-
Blood.
Wow, that's the most... Wow,
No.
they actually use blood.
Is that the first time we've seen?
Yeah, I will give that. I will give that a round of applause.
He's a hero.
I really hope this
Why
doesn't
do they have the
stab me in the
masks?
front later.
Why have the uniforms of a terrorist organization if you weren't a terrorist organization?
This wasn't the first time humans have died on missions you led. How many more accidents are there going to be?
What, do you want me to just
wow.
abandon
Wow, the
our
the
cause
silence
That's a
rushed.
like your parents?
That's a
No.
little low.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up.
Oh, God, that acting is terrible.
I just get scared when it feels like you don't believe in me
I mean,
anymore.
Garrett's never been amazing, but...
Oh, shoulder
I never
touch.
said that.
Oh,
Ouch.
oh God.
Oh,
It's good to know
God.
I've still got
This,
you.
it's bad!
The voice
That's
acting
so-
seems a bit off. Like the line
Yeah.
delivery.
People are laughing. People are laughing.
bit off.
Yeah, they're laughing at it. Holy shit!
It's good to know I've still got you.
Oh, this is just a kick in the face. She's perfectly capable.
Hey guys, you know this cool character you never got to see? Well, you get to see him. So, you know, as that.
That's nice.
Why was the...
I really hope this doesn't come back to stab me in the front later. Activating Stormtrooper
Oh,
mode.
they do the lame... Stop doing the twirly thing! That is so lazy! So fucking lazy!
Yeah.
Oh. The first fight was much better than this one.
Yeah.
Fish Islands.
Oh yeah, that's a question I'll bring up at the end. Actually, it's like, why do we even need this kind of trailer when we already know a lot of the stuff that he can do?
Maybe I think it's more of like a history of the White Fang kind of deal.
Yeah, History of the White Fang, not Adam trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, we totally got him.
Yeah,
Let's
because-
put down our guns.
Tear gas totally doesn't work if you cover your mouth.
Yeah.
You need to cover your fucking glands.
Yeah, this is... Okay, I see. Congratulations, guys. Sienna Khan is awesome. You know what you did? You killed her off.
This is
dead.
You know what? This is actually more insulting
This is useless.
because she's shown to be a perfectly competent fighter,
This is actually cool.
This is what we
Oh my
could have
god,
had.
that was cool.
and she got killed immediately upon being met.
This is all cool shit. Well, except him.
Let's move.
The Edge.
Did they ever explain how he can do, like, the spinny sword stuff?
Nope.
No, I mean, I assume.
It's still better than what Ruby did in Volume 5.
If you continue along this path,
The dark side.
You might just find yourself standing beside me at my throne.
I do not wish... I want to be a Jedi Master, not a Padawan.
Hi, leader!
Oh, here we go.
The raid on Haven's gonna be more complicated than we thought.
Don't worry.
Oh, wow.
Nothing will stop us now. It's time I got what I deserved.
Excuse me?
I beg your pardon?
Oh, shit. We gonna see him without his mask, finally?
Yeah, I think that was a big tease.
Oh, shit.
Or no.
It's
No.
Tuxedo Mask the
Oh,
whole
fuck
time.
you!
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
And
that
then
was...
people-
Friendly reminder that badass was taken out by like a swift chop to the back of the head.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that doesn't really work when you know what's going to come.
It's a little inconsistent.
And then, like, they add in Sienna Khan being a fucking amazing character in so
Okay.
many ways, and she's dead!
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you do this to kind of like appease people. That's actually more insulting
Yeah.
to people who like that character.
I raise the question narratively. What did we learn?
Just the history of
Nothing.
the history of Adam rising through the ranks of the White Fang.
Did we? We already knew this.
Okay, well...
Yeah, but it's seeing it.
Yeah, we get to see a lot of stuff that we know already.
Okay, well, I mean, as much as I like,
Miles, Carrie, it's show, don't tell.
That's-
Not tell, then show. It doesn't work in that order.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of... I mean, it's fun, I guess. It is nice to see, but it seems a little bit retroactive.
And it raises questions, so many questions for me about what was the White Fang when Gira was in charge. Because, like, they have the fucking terrorist uniforms. What the shit?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, Gira's still in charge here, and
the White Fang when they were in charge was the White Fang that we saw in seasons 1 through 3.
Wait, hold on. Actually, wait. I need to go back because there was a different. They had a different.
Oh, they have the blue insignia.
Let me take a look at those uniforms again.
It's the blue insignia that they showed that in Volume 1, actually.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. So it is the original one then.
Yeah.
Okay. So
this also raises the question of, okay, Adam killed a guy. That's cool. All right. I am way cool with seeing some on-screen blood.
we saw more blood in that one trailer than we've seen in 5 volumes.
Yeah, I am okay with this. Like the guy, he killed a dude.
Yeah.
He killed him with a power of some sort, the blade slash.
That's probably the exact same thing he used in the Black trailer.
Which we've seen that fuck up everything.
Yeah, against the robot.
Yeah, and against Yang.
And the same thing he used on Yang, yeah.
Yeah.
So it cuts through aura. So I was going to say, what about the guy's aura? Fine.
Well, that would make sense, because that would explain why he was able to cut Yang's arm off instantly.
We get to see Gira's aura.
Oh, young Gira was good to see, but like, didn't he step down like a couple years? I
think she said 5 years before volume 1.
I mean, we don't really know the aging rates.
Because Ilya looks the same age.
They all look the same age.
Age doesn't matter in this show. Like they've shown that they don't age models at all.
Yeah, 5 years is.
I believe Blake said 5 years. I've watched that clip enough times. I should know it off the top of my head because I keep using that clip in my videos.
One has to wonder.
So wait, how old is Adam?
Way older than Blake. That I do know.
Yeah.
75.
Oh wow, this makes it even more uncomfortable.
Yeah. Is he like supposed to be a teenager in this clip? Is he supposed to be like 16, 17?
I don't know.
Like I don't actually mind that the age discrepancy because that can happen sometimes. Older guys taking advantage of younger girls.
Yeah, especially in an abusive relationship, that makes sense.
And so like I see what they're trying to do with here, but like his voice sounds like so. His voice acting is already not great.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned from this video is that 6 volumes and Garrett has not learned to be a better voice actor.
Okay. His voice already sounds bad, but here's the thing. On top of that, he's doing that voice of the person who's trying to sound deceptive and key in the audience, but also not sound deceptive to the person he's talking to, but it's very obvious because he's keying in the audience that he's being deceptive.
Yeah.
So when he's talking to Blake, he's being manipulative towards her. Like, are you going to give up the same way your parents did? Like, it sounds like it's like, really? You think that I'm a bad person?
Thank God that you believe in me, Blake.
No. What? No!
God damn that fucking dialogue.
Thank you, Blake. I thought I lost you.
Yeah.
Like, I think I figured it out. I think I know how to fix Adam, and that's to give him the Doom Guy treatment. You have this character who wants to be a badass, ass-kicking, monster slayer guy, and all you just have to do is just make him shut up.
Yeah.
And, like,
you know
have his
Yeah.
actions speak louder than his very monotone words. Like, how about after this big battle he's had with Blake, he spends a lot of time alone. He's got no one to really talk to, no one to really monologue against, and he just spends time not talking and just doing things instead.
You see, that is an interesting thing, is that in this show, I've noticed, we don't really spend a lot of time with characters alone.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, they have to be attached to either the villains or one of the rubies.
Yeah.
One of the
what I mean is, like,
girls.
they need to, just permanently, they need to be attached to another character. Like, even the Ruby girls, we don't usually see on their own, actually being alone. And that's why I think Weiss was so strong in Volume 4, is because she spent a lot of time alone. So we got a lot of character out of her interacting with just the environment, self-reflecting, that sort of thing. Yang was the same way. But then when you look at Blake, when you look at Ruby, they spent a lot of time, most of their time, with other people. They didn't spend a lot of time meditating on themselves.
I don't think Blake alone would have been that interesting. I think it would have been a bit more mopey-dopey.
It wouldn't have been, but it shows a fundamental flaw with the show. It doesn't focus on characters being independent. The characters are always constantly dependent on other characters to stimulate interest. They can't just be alone and focus on themselves.
Well, I suppose Adam is Mr. Independent, you know? He wants to...
No, he's not. He's not. Like, every single scene we have ever seen him in, he has always been interacting with someone else.
Hazel.
Always. Whether it be a subordinate, whether it be Santa Khan,
The White Fang Lieutenant, who's still not labeled as dead on the wiki for some reason.
Always with someone else in the scene to bounce off.
That motherfucker's grim food. Wiki people, you need to update your shit.
Yeah, no, that guy's...
It's been 4 volumes. They closed the hole with all the grim in there. If he crawls out, I'll be amazed.
Yeah, well, I mean, considering the way Miles writes, he could just pull a shark face or a Felix and crawl out 5 seasons after everyone stopped giving a shit.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of Vale, like he just like comes out of a manhole and is like, I shall have my revenge. 3 seconds later, he's arrested and taken away by the police. Like, I would love them if they did that. I would love them if they did that, like, just completely out of the blue.
I would love if they did that, if they did, like, that scene from the Steins Gate final episode, like, the one where they go to America.
Wait a minute. Are him and Blake in Forever Fucking Fall?
Isn't that where his bandit camp was?
Oh, it was.
Wait, are you talking about the Black trailer now, or?
I guess that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're in
Forever
okay.
Fall. No. In Volume 3, the bandit camp was in Forever Fall.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, because it takes place the day before the train shows up.
You see, okay, Miles, Carrie, you're learning something. You're learning something. Consistency.
Yeah, I know. They're in the same place all 3 times.
Consistency? What's that?
This is taking place at the camp that he had, and every single time, we now have a clear delineation of time frame. This is the first scene, then the scene with Cinder, then the train robbery, Blake leaving, then the Cinder scene. That all makes sense. It's all kosher. You guys, thank you. You're learning. Thank you. That's some positivity here, guys. I'm actually legitimately excited about this.
But can we talk about Ilya for a second? Why is she in this?
Yeah, that's a good question. Why is she?
That is a good question.
Because they had her model.
Yeah, but she's supposed to be 12 right now.
Yeah, she is Blake's age, isn't she?
Wait, what? How?
And okay, how are Ilya and Adam the same age and Blake is significantly younger than both of them?
I'm confused. Where was it?
I got the feeling Ilya's older than Blake, but not by much.
Was it established that first scene was like years and years ago?
That's the question I'm about to raise. Like, when are these clips taking place in relation to each other?
I don't think so.
Gira's here. Gira's in charge.
Yeah.
So this is at least 5 years prior.
Gira stepped down and became chieftain when he let Sienna Khan take over.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So is this happening over a span of weeks, a span of months, a span of years? What are we working with here?
Well, I mean, it's not happening over a span of years between the top half of the frame and the bottom half of the frame. Like, Ilya's here.
Well, no, I'm talking about all these clips together. Like, what are we working? Like, what's the timeline here? Like, what are we working with?
I think it might be taking place over years.
This is a question I am asking frequently with this show.
I am under the assumption that it is not a long time frame, because if you think about, like, Adam's behavior and how it's not progressively getting worse, it is consistently evil. Like, he enjoys killing these people. So if you mean to tell me that Blake spent 5 years umming and ahhing about whether or not he was really a good person, and then decided to hop on the train, like, that sounds a little weird. So I think they intended to have this, like, this takes place over perhaps 1 year or a couple of months, is my assumption.
Yeah, okay.
So then was Blake still in the White Fang at that point?
What do you mean, was she still in the White Fang?
Like, it was just, okay. Just time frame here. 5 years prior, I'm just trying to think this over. 5 years prior, Gira steps down. So Blake is at least 12 at the time of that first shot. So Adam being blood hungry was already there for 5 years. 5 years prior, he was already willing to kill to get what he wants done. Then he gets praised for it. I mean, technically speaking, the chronology makes sense, except for Blake. Like, how old is Blake in relation to all these things? I want
the calculations floating above his head, like the Einstein level of math.
Yeah, go ahead, put a couple of those around me.
Just sort of yeah, trying to calculate what's going on. I feel like if it's one thing,
it makes my head hurt because I get the impression that Ilya is the same age as Blake. I get that impression very strongly.
I get that impression too.
I get the impression just a little older, not much, but a little bit.
Okay, rough same age. We're talking proximal age.
Because I mean, okay, she says, like, oh, I was, always infatuated with you, but you were too busy looking at Adam.
I guess back then you were just too busy falling for Adam to notice.
And that was over the ages of 12 to 17.
So actually, oh my god, if Ilya is older, this is getting really fucking creepy.
I know. Right.
Oh yeah, it is.
I feel like you're going a little bit too much into it there.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
It's like, why?
But she's right there! Unless that's a different chameleon girl who's just...
What? She doesn't even really contribute to being present. Like, all you need to do is cut her from that one scene with the car.
Put a sticker over her or something.
You cut her, she wasn't doing anything. She wasn't doing anything.
So what you're saying is there's just a lack of foresight thinking, would this make sense if she's here?
It's literally a model that they threw in there.
There's just a complete lack of foresight here.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a different chameleon girl, and we're just racist because they all look the same.
I get the progression, but when you take the stuff that's already...
I think you're taking it a bit too seriously.
Like, the chronology makes sense, but when you take information from the show and put it into here... That's when a lot of questions start coming up.
It's okay, so I guess we have to assume, we cannot assume, I should say, Ilya's age. And if we do not assume Ilya's age, this primarily makes sense.
Yay.
If we pretend Ilya's not there, the chronology is slightly better. Blake says, this isn't the first time humans have died on missions you've led, and she looks like she did in Volume 1.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she's wearing her old outfit, yeah.
I'm going to listen to this scene to see if there's, any clue that they're talking about the same mission.
It's for sure, it's a different mission they're talking about, one we didn't get to see. I actually like that. That's very good narrative framing to me.
Yeah.
Because, the idea is, kind of see the first time he did that, I think, and now we're seeing the aftermath of that. That is smart. That is smart.
And then show how it's progressing.
This wasn't the first time humans have died on missions you led.
Yeah, I have no problem with the placing of the clips. I feel it does work. That raises the question, why the fuck were they being shot at initially? What were the White Fang doing?
You came to the wrong town.
What were the White Fang doing that elicited gunfire?
Why were their cars stopped?
This is a problem with a lot of shonen, and it's one that most shonen do properly, and that's fret, and scaling the threat against them. Watching this trailer, and I've watched it a few times now, I never get the feeling that they are in any danger whatsoever. Yeah. If you, and that's a problem, because when you take a step back, you think, the humans are so angry against it, they hate the fonts, they go down like chumps. What are you guys worried about? Like, one guy is able to Naruto his way through, like, 6 humans with guns. What is the... Why is there even a war here? They're so pathetic.
Yeah, what?
I should mention that Gira's aura in this circumstance is, again, very inconsistent. Because we saw him tanking blows back in volume 5.
Adam is 6'4"?
I'm just talking about, like, general threat.
He gets shot once here, and his aura flares out.
Yeah. Because, like,
Estimated age 23.
Oh, Adam?
Yes.
23, okay.
I understand that you want to have some kick-ass fight scenes, and that's cool. But part of that is the opponent. A fight works 2 ways. You got to be fighting someone. And especially, it was very much apparent when they were fighting the robots that they were just sandbags. Like, they were just there to be comboed and to look cool. They've served no real threat or presence whatsoever. Yeah. I feel like there's a, I think it's a framing device or something where if you give 2 people in a room and 1 gun, that is so much more intense than 10 people who all have guns.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because it's so much more
intimate. It's intimate.
Focused and intense and intimate. Yeah, with this, I just feel like, okay, now we have a set piece with a bunch of robots that shoot. Maybe one of them will go down, but there's no real threat here. I'm not invested in the White Fang survival because I have no real... I mean, they took down those humans like chumps. What are you worried about? That's what I...
That's why I think the Red trailer was so good, because it was one little girl up against unamassed odds. Like, seemingly out of nowhere is our first taste of the animation and such. The White trailer especially was great for it because it was one-on-one purely. The Black trailer kind of faltered, but I mean, the Black trailer is already the weakest of the four.
Definitely.
I feel like, aside from the Doom Guy solution that I provided earlier, the only other direction I could see them taking this that would salvage him is to just make him more like Tokoyami from, like, My Hero Academia.
Revelry in the dark!
Tokoyami is a very... Yeah, Tokoyami is such an edgy character.
Yeah.
He is a raven with a dark shadow quirk, and he loses control of his power, but he's so much more fun, self-aware, and like...
Especially this season. Like, the little we've seen of him this season was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's enjoyable, and most of that's to do with the amazing voice acting and talent, of course.
Josh Greeley's got some range, man.
I think that there is a writing element there, like that Ruby is missing a step. We're trying to make a bit more of a self-aware, edgy character without giving him any of the fun bits, you know?
Why were they automatically being shot at like that? Were they stealing these trucks and that elicited gunfire? Like it seems like if it was just like if Gira's in control right now, this seems like it should just be a hobo with a shotgun, not 6 dudes with pistols.
Apparently, they were just meant to be passing through, right?
I don't know. I don't know what they were doing.
Please, we're just trying to pass through.
Yeah, apparently.
That's what Gira said. Please, don't shoot. We're just passing through. We're unarmed, aside from all of us who are very armed. It makes me wonder about the government of Ruby.
The government of Ruby is fucked.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know much about
it.
Dude,
I stopped asking questions about the government, but God knows it's going to come back up when they go to Atlas.
Well, God knows that they let a headmaster from another continent appoint the headmasters of other schools.
Yeah, they let children train and fight for deadly situations for no particular reason. Yeah, the world of Ruby is very, very fucked up.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want some ham right now? I want some ham.
And we just hate furries for some reason. Like, I still don't get why they've never really put an emphasis on why the Faunus are hated.
Because animal parts, I guess.
Early man was scared to death of the Faunus. Seeing something that looks like you and acts like you reveal a pair of fangs can be a little upsetting.
That's the only thing I think of.
They're different.
What? But that makes no sense. Well, I mean, okay, if some dude showed up and he has wings.
Well, okay, question: Why do racists exist now?
Well, that's a very deep and complex question. The thing is, if I was a history major, I could probably tell you. As a Ruby major, I cannot either.
The big problem, I think, is it's a complicated issue, but it doesn't feel like a complicated issue. They don't make it ambiguous. They don't make it challenging to understand.
I wish I had checked this wiki yesterday to see if somebody hastily scrubbed an estimated age for Ilya.
let's take a step back and look at the amount of times we've seen Faunus being subjected to racism in the show. We had the bunny girl who was being pissed on by Carden, who's a dick to everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And we had the Schnee company exporting them.
And the no Faunus sign. Don't forget about the no Faunus sign.
I'm just
okay. Look. Here's the thing: we should not bash them for having it. We should bash them for not having more.
Well, yeah, like they establish it like this is
I don't know. A lot of people have said, "Oh, Carden's a dick to everybody." You can't count that as like systematic oppression.
Yeah,
but
it is.
Think about where he's doing it and who he's doing it in front of. An entire room full of the motherfucking guardians of peace.
Communication, empathy, and teamwork. Traits that are vital to any guardian of peace.
Yeah. That's fair.
I think that's pretty clear of what they've, even if they've unintentionally demonstrated it, that's a pretty clear demonstration of how this show treats it.
I don't know. I understand that makes sense, the way you're describing how that is apparently just a thing that is not really challenged, I suppose, at least in the school society bit. But outside of it, I mean, I guess we don't see many Faunus outside of the island where they all live in peace and harmony. Why is there a problem again?
I mean, there were some just chilling at the tournament, like among the crowd. Nothing bad was happening to them.
Yeah, they were just chilling.
Yeah. We saw actual White Fang members there in their casual street clothes.
I mean, shit, some of Junior's guys were there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, blame that on background, on like a limited amount of background models.
It's like they're trying to say that there is an incredible amount of systemic oppression against Faunus, and maybe there is, we just don't get to see it.
That's a problem.
But like, again, we don't get to see it that much.
We don't get to see anything, really. We get to see so little.
What we do get to see is a bunch of Faunuses killing humans.
We go back to the problem.
They're fleeing from... Wait, emergency exit this way. They are fleeing from whatever this is. They are fighting their way out of whatever we're watching in this second fight scene.
Yeah.
Like, they're in the SDC, and they're fighting through Schnee guards and Schnee robots, but they are leaving in this scene. We don't know what they did.
Probably they were on a mission.
From God.
They don't look like they had any stolen goods.
Yeah.
Mission doing what? Were they sabotaging something? Because it doesn't look like they're holding anything.
It's mainly, again, it's...
Unless they have like a chip in their back pocket or some shit.
Again, I think the purpose of the scene is not to give details on that, which they should, and more just wanted to have a cool fight scene, which they kind of half-assed.
But we've already kind of proven that robots aren't good opponents in RWBY.
Oh, guys, I just realized something. We're going to see that hallway again, for sure.
What is that hallway?
That's going to be a reused asset.
I'm sick to death.
We're going to Atlas.
Oh, we're going to see the same hallway?
We're going to Atlas. We're going to visit the SDC. We're going to reuse that hallway. And I'm guessing we're going to see it at least 2 or 3 more times.
Or are we going to see it this season?
Oh, yeah.
Or is this season going to be another walking season?
No, I think they're actually going to Atlas. This goes back to what I was saying.
Okay.
They don't understand show, don't tell. They think it's tell, then show. Like that rings too true to me to deny.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for Neo to come out of the shadows and stab Ruby.
It's not
still waiting.
It's not as
it's gonna happen.
Yeah. This was not as edgy as I was hoping it would be.
Yeah, I wouldn't call this very edgy. Okay, so everything that happens after the Blake scene is kind of like space.
Yeah, really.
The last solid 3 minutes of this is space.
Yeah. I don't think there's much else to be said on this, or at least I don't have much else to be said on it.
What did Sienna say when Adam was walking out again? Yeah,
if you go down this path, you will find yourself by my side. Or something like that.
Yet again.
I hate lines like that because we already know what's going to happen. So when you have to like so blatantly say it,
I feel the Always Sunny theme is probably more appropriate in that one.
If you continue along this path, you might just find yourself standing beside me at my throne.
Yeah, I know it is.
Adam stands next to Sienna Khan.
I got a very big Star Wars vibe from that bit. It's like, if you choose the dark side, it will consume you. You know.
Yeah.
I'm curious when the change happened with Sienna, because she's gone from fuck everybody to, well, let's be more careful now. When we first see her.
Well, she stopped Adam from killing that one Schnee guard.
True.
I'm just pissed off about Ilya being in this scene. The first 3 minutes of this was not bad. Like,
no.
Except that, like, Ilya's there, and, like, wait, is Blake just, like, jailbait for people? In canon,
this is why we get demonetized.
Yeah. I think you could say jailbait. I don't think that's one of the automatic demonetization words. But, like, she was in between 12 and 17 when Adam was all over her.
Yeah.
And if Ilya is, not 13 in this scene, then she's
what the fuck
also...
are age of consent laws in this fucking world?
I don't know.
I don't want to know.
I don't... Yeah... We don't. I don't think we need to know.
You know what? Forget I asked that question. I don't even want to know.
Adam has already been painted as so bad by this series. We don't need that thrown on top of him too.
No. Because they need to. That's how they think they ratchet up the intensity.
Granted.
By making him a badder person instead of making him a more palpable threat. It's like guys, at some point, the levels of badness need to measure out with how much damage he can actually fucking do. Like, you can't just have a guy who's, like, off doing these terrible things to children and then come in and immediately get his glass jaw shut in. You can't do that. Like, that's not satisfying for the audience. That's not cathartic. We don't get to see a bad guy go down. We need this guy to be as bad as badass as he is bad. And we're not basically, we're left with so much bad that the other side, we're just left with ass, okay? like that's all we're left with. Badass, but like not conjoined. They're separate words. He is a bad ass. That's what he is.
So what's that ending? What is that ending scene supposed to imply? Like, I know
he's walking away.
He's walking away.
We're gonna see his eyes.
Yeah.
Unless he gets a different mask, in which case we're gonna be like, dude, I like. At this point, I just think he has Brock eyes.
Yeah, just like rectangles.
Oh god, yeah. That could totally be a thing.
Yeah, okay, so Sienna Khan, back on her just a moment, because that is like the real biggest disservice. Her being a violent leader, there's something I was going to bring up with her involving that, but like something feels even worse about this with Sienna Khan. Like, not just that she's a badass fighter, but it feels like her characterization got nerfed. Like, she was kind of mysterious in the way she went out. Like, that mystery could have left a lot to be seen. But now we now know a little bit more about her just from watching, and it's like she's not as impressive personality-wise as like a fucking.
We don't know that much more about her.
We know, but like just the way she carries herself.
She was a competent fighter.
She was a competent fighter, but like she doesn't seem like someone who would want a throne, and now she does. I don't know. It's something about that. There's a dissonance there that I can't quite pin down. I don't take my word for it. Maybe I'm just overly salty at her being such a badass and getting killed. But I think there's something else there that I can't quite pin down that I find issue with. Also, wait, shit. Did they just reuse animation? When Adam was approaching to stab the guy near the end of the trailer, was that the exact framing and animation as when he was going to stab Blake?
Wait, when he threw his mask down?
I feel like it would be more.
No.
I feel like the only reason I say that is because it would probably be more effort to reopen up that file, go find those specific keyframes, copy them, and then go put it back. I feel like it would just be easier to. They either did it in motion capture, which is probably what they did, or they still had the source footage from that motion capture lying around somewhere and just repurposed it, which is fine. I don't mind that. What I do mind is them reusing the backgrounds. Like, we were back in the same forest that Yang had her fight in, you know.
Yeah, I was going to point that out, yeah.
We're back in the same fall area where the Blake trailer was shot or whatever.
All right, that one's more about consistency. I don't mind that one.
Okay, that one makes a little more sense, yeah.
That first shot looks like the back alley from Volume 2, almost.
I just feel like this entire world is comprised of like 5 maps, you know?
It feels that way, yeah.
It feels like a D&D campaign and the DM forgot to buy the custom map pack and he's just kind of reusing shit, getting the assets in and saying, no guys, this is totally a new place.
Go to 220.
You're all freaks!
Yeah.
Oh no, you're freaks! And run.
Yeah. You're all freaks! And then they run.
What were they doing that whole time?
Hiding behind a tree.
They have demonstrated no better skill than the average hunter. Like, how are they freaks? Except from just being fun. Like, I don't...
Yeah.
Why was there a need to yell that?
Well, because they need to demonstrate that the humans are racist, but they also need to demonstrate that the White Fang are bad guys.
Oh, discrimination.
But, like, yeah.
Instead of being emotionally conflicting, this entire show is mentally conflicting.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely it is.
So who's excited for the coffee book?
Oh yeah, that's a fucking... They're doing a manga on Team Coffee.
The what book?
No, they're not doing a manga. They're doing
manga.
a Scholastic published children's book.
Oh!
Is it... Wait, is it Scholastic?
Well, I remember I was at CoxCon and I got to see bits of the RWBY manga and it looks a lot better. Like the art is really cool and cute.
Oh yeah, because the artist is good and the writer is actually good.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing is I don't watch RWBY for the story. I watch it for the animation and fight scenes.
I talked about this on stream.
Oh yeah, I need to watch the stream from yesterday.
And I talked about this in a Discord call. But my pitch, I was going to pitch that to Rooster Teeth.
Poor fella.
That I could do a novel for them following Coffee after the fall of Beacon. And, like, someone beat me to the fucking punch. I feel gypped.
Rooster Teeth,
that was a good
I
idea.
will happily write that Neo story where she comes out of the shadows and stabs RWBY. Please give me the opportunity. I would adore it.
I will write nothing for RWBY because I need to focus on my own shit.
I will write all of Volume 6. I know you're up to 13, but I will throw it away and write it again. I know by the time this comes out, there will be...
I just realized.
Like 2 weeks before the actual show... Wait. No, this will be in 2 weeks. It's going to be like still 2 months or something. Yeah. We got all of September and October. But seriously,
I was gonna
hit
say,
me up. I will write you a better version of Volume 6 in 2 months. Hit me up. Does Gara not know how to crouch?
I mean, he's so big.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
I know, right? Adam is 6'4".
6'4". That's pretty tall.
Yeah.
That man should just play basketball.
Yeah, he'd be better off. Hold on, wait. There's a scene where he's standing next to Garo. Oh, no. He's crouching like a smart boy. Why doesn't anybody, like, duck down and shoot under the car?
We received a message from Hazel. The raid on Haven's gonna be more complicated than we thought.
So wait, why did they get a mission? Fuck, I don't know words. Why did they get a message from Hazel about the attack on Beacon?
No.
I guess Cinder told them that Raven was a fucking idiot.
Yeah, basically.
So wait, there actually isn't an excuse for Adam, because that was a big thing. Everybody's complaining about, like, why doesn't Adam take? Didn't Adam take more than like fucking 6 people to help him blow up the tower? And then the excuse was always, well, he didn't know that they were going to force any opposition. But now they do. Now they have that excuse.
Well, shit.
Yeah, no, oh my god, you're right. Fuck.
Is that all? Was that the entire... did they lose everybody already and still manage to take over the White Fang without...
They got lost.
Got lost on their way to...
They got lost.
Aside from the normally retarded shit that I would expect from RWBY, like Ilya being here...
That was... I mean, I have a lot of questions, but there's nothing like...
They have 2 weeks to edit her out. She doesn't have to be there, and she shouldn't. If her attraction to Blake is anything other than fucking creepier than it already is,
Fat Man,
then it's...
We blindly accept that Spike and Rarity are like, or at least Spike is attracted to Rarity, even though she's like, what, 20 years older than him?
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't really complain in this camp, can we?
Okay, it's different. It's different. I would argue it's different because attraction of a younger person to an older person makes sense. When you're younger and you're going through adolescence, you find
Yeah.
people who are much
Yeah.
older than
But
you
it's more or less.
That makes sense. It's the other way around that you need to be worried about because people who are older have more clear mental faculties.
Allow me to clarify. They keep teasing a will they won't they kind of deal, like over the whole process of the show.
There's also the issue of like,
why am I defending ponies?
and how he's like still a baby dragon up until season 8.
I don't think he's even Babu anymore. He's like, he got his wings. He's a cool boy now.
Yeah.
Anyway, other show. Do we have anything left of note to talk about?
I mean, I have a lot of like consistency questions, but other than that, this is far from the worst thing they've ever put out. So
yeah.
I liked minus Ilya. Just put that as an asterisk on this entire video. Minus Ilya's presence in this trailer.
Yeah.
The first part was good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Like, they got the thing, and Adam's like, I'm wearing a cool mask. And they're like, we're wearing lame masks. Fuck you. and then
Sienna Khan gets ruined for a second time.
And if it's one thing everyone needs to take away from this.
Why is she ruined by her ability to fight?
It's just more insulting. It's just more insulting that she's that capable and she got taken out that easily.
But that we could have gotten a character that awesome.
It's more of a, okay, I know why Raymond's upset. Raymond's upset because we could have had this cool character doing cool things, and we already had her axed off almost immediately when she was introduced. So it's like, oh, I guess this is what we could have had. It's like...
And like, they're keeping Monica Real around for Genlock, so they don't have a voice acting excuse for that.
It's like we've been given a supplement of possibility that they've already pissed down the toilet. Yes. And
so
it's cool to see that supplement, what could have been, but you already played your cards, man. You already commit to it.
It's like my rule of thumb when it comes to characters is, if you can still do more with a character if they are alive, keep them fucking alive.
Yes.
I think it would be kind of cool if maybe maybe she's not dead.
No, okay,
maybe she's not dead.
Think about Red versus Blue.
Maybe she survived. They put a Band-Aid over her stomach, and there's a second group of White Fang that are rising up against Adam's group of White Fang, and we're gonna get more of her, and it'll still be bullshit, but I'd be happier with it in the end. I don't know. I'm sad.
No, I just keep reminiscing on that perfect way of solving it would just be now that Adam's been completely blown the fuck out, if he just like became more like Doom Guy and less talk, more ass kick, that would just be fantastic. Mm-hmm. But oh well. I can dream, damn it.
I can dream, Harold!
Yes.
If you get that reference, you're awesome. I think most of the internet gets that reference.
Shall we head off?
Yeah, I think that's about everything.
All right. For this 6-minute trailer, I've recorded over an hour's worth of audio.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Remove Ilya.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that to fucking Sienna Khan? Adam is out the edge, but not quite the edge. Not quite out.
I wouldn't say out the edge that. Like, that was actually like, I wouldn't even say out the edge to that. I don't see, I mean, until you get to the very end, but that's edgy Adam. It doesn't look like Adam was always edgy. It looks like...
All right, Adam's a pervert and also a terrible actor.
Okay, yeah, they can't argue with that logic.
Yeah. Bad writing, bad acting, fairly decent animation, and untold possibilities.
Also, all the sword spinnies to deflect bullets after a while gets kind of...
Spin to win, boy. Spin to win.
Spin to win. It's just, I'm gonna edit in a Beyblade there.
I mean, I understand it from a tactic level, but like after a while, it seemed like it was all sword spinning and nothing else.
Yeah,
so.
He's just standing there spinning his sword.
Yeah, okay. The sword spinning pisses me the hell off because they keep using that. That's like the 5th time they've used it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, it's cool. I have no problem with it because, like, when I was a kid, I used to think that it was...
It's just there was too much of it in this trailer. There was way too much of it in this trailer.
Perhaps a little bit. Maybe a bit over-saturation.
There was also, I mean, like Crow did it the first time they did it in this animation style, Crow did it. And Crow did it where it was around his body. So it actually deflected everything. But then Adams was like just circle in front of him.
I think it's cooler when it's done with a bow staff. Like the thing I always go back to is like Donatello. When he had his bow staff, he used to spin that shit in order to deflect all kinds of stuff. That was the coolest shit when I was a kid. It just doesn't really work well with a sword because a sword isn't...
How do you...
Well, it's not balanced at its handle. How do you spin a sword like that?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when Crow did it,
it
was a side-to-side motion, which I can do. I practiced when I was a kid with a fake sword. I did that all the time because I wanted to mimic Nightmare from Soul Calibur. So I can do that shit, and it looked cool when he did it to use it as a shield. But then, Adam, how do you try taking a stick like that and try spinning it in a fast circle? You will break your wrist.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's really. I think we covered everything.
Yeah, we've tapped this well dry.
Yeah, I think that's about everything.
Yeah, the first half I liked.
Yeah.
Trailer was overall okay. Oh, that ass talk.
I can play 4 different instruments with my flashlights, but no.
But not a single coherent sentence.
And on that note, good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Catch you all on the flip side.
Whoa.